W6BBS 72.
I hear you. Big loud signal. W6BBS. Let me get a paper here. Just walked in. I'm trying to push it to the limit. Matt just got home with groceries, so I was helping him unload. Now, I think this is the 12th today, isn't it? Just Jan 12.
Yeah, that would be correct. And also, standby saying there's about 3 or 4 people trying to check in. And I heard you, Dane, WB6JMP, go ahead. Well, I will consider that. That's something to think about. I appreciate that. Over. Okay, very good, very good. I'll keep that in mind and think about that a little bit and let you know. And in the meantime, there were a couple other people that wanted to check in there with Mike, and I'm sure he's hearing you. So go ahead, Mike. That should have gave you a moment there to get yourself your pencil sharp and all that. K6MYC in the net, W6BBS.
Yeah, no, I can hear Dan, but I can't read him. Where is he?
Well, he's at home, but and he's strong to me here, but don't know why you're not hearing him if you're hearing me.
Yeah, no, you're strong, but Dane is way down from normal. What are you running, Dane? Over?
Dane, Mike was asking what you're running right now because he's not hearing you.
He doesn't hear me either. I hear him now. I put the preamp on.
Yeah, he said he wasn't hearing you either, Mike.
And I said I'm hearing him now that I put the preamp on. We copy you, Dane. I'm surprised you're not hearing me. Oh, wait a minute. I see. We've tripped the amp again. Must have a little water in the feed line, Frank. I keep tripping the amp. Let me go reset the amp here.
Well, Dane, what he's doing is he had tripped the amp, so that's why you wasn't hearing him. He heard your last transmission, so he's just resetting the amp, and he's going to give you a call again because it's unusual you don't hear each other. Over.
Yeah, I'm on here. Well, it's tripping now every time, Ra. I can't stop it from tripping.
But if he's on the bullbox today, it's rather sharp. If he's in a certain direction, not only is it sharp, but the no is right by direction.
Yeah, roger that. No, it's a matter of his amp keeps tripping, so he must have got some water in a feed liner connection up there somewhere. So that's what the problem is running. Because the amp, when it trips out, amp's very hard. So good evening to you. You can consider yourself checked in, and go ahead, Mike. I'll be your mouth as much as I can if needed. Over.
Well, I'm running. I'll be damned. Okay, well, I'm running about half power. So I imagine it's not tripping at this level. We'll let it warm up a little bit. It worked earlier. I checked it earlier. It tripped when I drove it real hard. When I drove it down a little bit, it was fine. Now it's tripping at a lower rate, at a lower drive level. Okay, who do we have in here that wants to check in? We've got 3 of us so far. K6MYC, Bozo Net, beaming toward KB6RQU.
WA6AJ. KM6SRR.
KC5DTU. 79.
79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79. 79
about 3 of you. I got KC5DTU, I got KM6SRR, and oh, I hate it when things go wrong in a shack. I have a hard time concentrating on what I'm doing here. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I can't remember. Who was the other one that just called in?
727.
Yeah, 727. I got you, Mike. Sorry.
That's all right.
And who else was there? Was one other one.
And K6USY 1079.
And there's one other one in there. That other station, you get doubled on by Mike or somebody else every time. Come again right now, please.
Able 6 Sugar.
No, I wouldn't miss you. Label 6 Sugar. Good evening.
But it's somebody else. So you got AA6S as well, Mike. Go ahead.
I got him.
KE6VON 1040.
What was it? 1040? What's the call?
Kilo Echo 6 Victor Oscar November.
Oh, hi, Adam. Okay. You said KE6 so fast it went by me. KE6 Victor Oscar November 1040. Good to have you check in here, and good to see you today.
Hey, firm.
Okay. Well, I'm also looking for KB6RQU. Rick, are you in here? KB6RQU, Lake Isabella. You there? K6MYC. Oh, I'm not hearing Rick tonight. That's interesting. Well, let's go down the list here. Kerry, good evening to you. I hope you're still feeling okay. And did you have another meeting with your cardiologist today, over?
It's still upcoming, KC5DTU, but feeling good, Michael, and hopefully we can get a clean bill of health when we go in, KC5DTU.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Let's hope it's over simple here. My cats are jumping around in here. I'm trying to figure out. They're upset tonight. They don't know whether to come in or go out. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm glad you're in here. Let's see. We've got WA6AAJ. Go ahead, Mike. How is it with you?
Hello, Mikey. Everything's good. Getting a little colder, it seems like. Hello, Terry, Rob, Frank, Bill, and the rest that I can't remember offhand. Anyway, all good and in Clovis, over.
Okay, very good. Good to hear you. And hopefully you can hang around a few minutes. I hope you guys can go down and get Ralph. I guess, no, you haven't been doing that, have you? Ralph has been coming in. Let's see, Ralph has been coming in on the frequency, I think 10 kilohertz above us. He's holding his own net down there, so I don't know whether you guys want to try and check in with him or not. But he's up 10, over.
Okay, yeah, I got an email from Ralph, and Ralph can't turn up towards us right now because he's got a broken element or rotor, or I'm not sure what, but he's stuck at 60 degrees or something, but so he can't hear us.
Okay. Well, we'll let that go for today then. And I know you're not going to get anything out of W6QUI tonight. We'll take a stand by. Anybody else? Let's see. There's a few more in the area here that should be able to check in. We got KE6VON. Adam, we had a nice chat with Adam today over at his ranch 2-acre plus plot in Madeira. Picked up a couple of chainsaws that were repaired, and we did a bunch of other errands. I took a tractor lawnmower in for repair to the John Deere tractor place. Got that taken care of, bought some plywood, and had some lunch. And what else did we do, Frank?
Well, let's see. We checked the sequencer and found out it had a blown fuse. Of course, we had to dig the lawnmower out of the barn before we could haul it down. And we messed around with the heaters, found out why one of your power drains was that blower going. And don't make me continue, Mike. You're making my brain start to hurt. Over.
Yeah, I can see it smoking from here, Frank. Okay, no worries. That's fine. Yeah, we did find a problem in the house here. One of the heaters had been adjusted so that the fan ran all the time. I don't know how that happened, but that would be a drain of several hundred watts all the time. That's why we were running down a little quicker than I could figure out. But if we found that today, this morning we woke up, we had no PG&E, and of course we had no power either, so everything was off this morning. And so it took a little while to get together, but we finally made it. Anyway, it turned out to be a pretty reasonable day here. Let's see, a couple of others that should get in. How about Rob? How are you doing? And I guess we're all set up for tomorrow.
Roger. Coming by. I need to come by a little early. I got a little low on gas. I didn't realize that. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go down and feed the cats and get the fire going. It's cold in the house here. So I'll be listening downstairs. Anyway, that the John Deere dealer, is that Midland Tractor over there crossing the fairgrounds in Madera? Over?
Roger.
Okay, yep, that's a pretty reasonable place. That's where I got my John Deere tractor. Anyway, I'll turn it back to net, KM6SR.
All righty. And Bill, I haven't heard from you other than just a quick check-in AA6S, K6MYC.
Yeah, real fine, Mikey. K6MYC and everybody else. AA6S, not doing much here, just playing with an antique piece of junk, trying to see if I can ever make it work. And other than that, not much going on. Just I was up till about 12:30, 1 o'clock this morning, and all of a sudden it started raining like crazy. I said, what's this noise? I was watching the news or something. Went outside, man, it looked like the bucket was turned upside down. My display said it was raining cats and dogs, and only lasted for about 10 minutes. I got 700ths of an inch or 600 or 5 minutes. It didn't, and then it quit. It hadn't rained since. Anyway, that's about it. K6MYC AA6S.
Well, I got 3/4 of an inch here, give or take. You know, quite a bit of rain. I think Frank got a full inch, so he got a lot more rain, and it was also frozen solid. When he woke up this morning, we both experienced wind. I had some dish panels that were strapped to a tower, and they, 3 of them blew away, or blew out from underneath the one that was on top tied down. So it lifted the front panel, and then it brought the other 4 out into the yard. But it didn't hurt anything. Luckily, they're pretty tough. Anyway, that was quite a storm we had here last night. Is there somebody else I'm forgetting here? I don't mean to apologize. Let me get around to anybody else that hasn't had a chance to say 2 cents worth, and then we'll look over to the Bay Area. K6MYC Bozo Net.
K6USY.
Yeah, go ahead, Aaron. I knew you were in there because I see the streaming up. And how are you doing? Let's see. Everything is sort of normal here. We did have a complete power outage this morning, as you know. But I think you know that we had PG&E off for quite a few hours. So when I woke up, I didn't have any hearing aids because the hearing aid batteries didn't charge, and then the sunlight started to come up, and the battery system, the system started to come on and off by itself. But I had forgotten to turn PG&E on. It didn't make any difference because it was off anyway because of a downed power line here somewhere close. But that all got sorted out. But sorry about the night before when we dropped out right in the middle, right at the end of the net. And that was my fault too. I had forgotten to go out and turn PG&E on. Frank, you know if we turned PG&E on here, or did we say we're going to do it 9 o'clock tonight?
Mike, I'm looking at it right now. Your PG&E is off, but your batteries are at 73%, so you should hopefully have enough juice tonight.
Yeah, we'll be fine. When I get done here, somebody can, at the end, can remind me to go turn PG&E on. We should do it about 9 o'clock here. All right, that's it. Let's see. Anybody else to check into the net before we go to the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net.
Yeah, I want to make a comment to Aaron. Hey, Aaron, yeah, we could have some fun. I can't do it because you're logged in, but you want to just freak Mikey out one of these evenings, just reach up and turn the power off on his radio right in the middle of the net and watch him react. Over.
You won't get much of a reaction if I don't have a radio.
Yeah, that'd be a really bad trick, Frank.
I don't think he thought that through. I don't think he thought that through. Anyway, Aaron, we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. I had a long chat this afternoon with Dave, WA6LOL. He's going to be down to join the club. He's joined the club from Sonora, and he's going to be down and looking forward to meet all the people firsthand, eyeball to eyeball. He's putting up a very big moon bounce array, and we've been helping him with that stuff. So he's coming in about 4. I think he's I got to remember to call the plant and have him set his couple of pieces of tubing and a couple of little widgets aside for him. Robert did find a couple of little fuse covers for the motor he has there. So looking good. All right, anybody else before we turn toward the Bay Area? K6MYC. Okay, all quiet on the Western Front. Let's do that. I'm surprised that Rick isn't in here. Rick must have overslept or something. One more call, Rick. KB6RQU, K6MYC. KB6RQU. KB6RQU, K6MYC. Nothing heard. Okay, here we go.
No Atascadero tonight?
No. I've got a kitty by the name of Bootsy sitting here, very unhappy with me. We didn't get a chance to spend a whole lot of time together today. And she wants to come and sit on my chest, but when she does that, I can't run the rotator.
Well, hello, Bootsy. How are you tonight? Are you wondering how come you can hear me and you can't see me?
Well, Frank, she can't hear you because you're coming into my hearing aids only.
I forgot about that. What a moron.
Well, not exactly. Normal people would think I'd have the speaker on in the shack and the cat would be listening. She does like to hear your voices, but I can copy everybody much better if I listen in the hearing aids here. Let's see. KW6S. He said he would be here tonight. Let's see if he is. KW6S, K6MYC. Boy, you're way down. Give me some chatter so I can find you. I don't know why it's off so far here. Over.
A bit better.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, there was no real need for me to turn on the 1296 amp on this band.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, it should do that automatically, but it doesn't.
Okay, well, good to hear you. And it was good to hear you strong last night. Night before was a little marginal, but we did get through the 1296 net.
Very good. Yeah, I got my antenna, my HF antenna repaired, the element repaired today, and now it's just a matter of getting it, someone to take it up there, and I'm waiting for when that can be.
Yeah, somebody in mind?
Yeah, I have someone that we kind of swap work, and he's ready, and we're just kind of working in and around the range.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Well, let's see. Maybe it's, I don't think it's Lee, but it might be Lee, KB6 Lima Echo Echo. I think you're going to try and get in here this evening. KB6LEE, K6MYC. Any copy? I don't hear him, Tom. You might want to give him a jingle. He said he would be here last night.
Yeah, we'll give that a shot. KB6LEE, KW6S. Well, I'm not sure. Mike, Lee is not hearing you at all, and wondering what you're on tonight.
Well, I'm on the big system, but I'm only running about 400, but the difference between 400 and 800 shouldn't make the difference there, over.
Yeah, probably shouldn't. He's got a pretty small antenna, so I think that's probably the limitation.
Okay, we'll have him give me a 20-second call, and I'll wash the antenna back and forth, see if I can find him, over.
Lee, can you give Mike about a 20-second call, and he'll look for you. Mike, were you ever able to hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him very, very lightly. He's not readable, but he's detectable. And he's right in the right heading at 274, 275. So right where he should be. I went back and forth. I did not get an improvement. But I went back and forth on it. I must have a door open somewhere. Hey, hang on just a second, Tom. I'll be right back. WS6PQL in here telling everybody I'm on my way, so maybe I should do that. But tell Lee he's checked in, and thank you for your help. I can't find the door, but I feel a draft. I don't know where the draft is coming from.
Okay, well, that used to happen to me when my shirt pulled out in the wintertime and didn't realize it. Anyway, I'll catch you Sunday night. K6MYC, KW6S, and Lee, let's try another frequency here.
Yeah, have Lee give me a Bozo number if you don't remember it.
Okay, yeah, up 20, but 1098, or no, 10.
Yeah, 1098, I think, 1098.
1098, I guess.
Yeah, 1098, okay. I got it. Okay, 7-3, see you on Sunday night. Have an enjoyable weekend, and look forward to catching you guys next week there. 1 week before contest week. Weekend. Yeah, KW6S. Anybody want to say hello to Tom, K6MYC? Oh, quiet on the western front, Tom. Thanks, and we'll go up to the Bay Area here. K6MYC Bozo Net. Up into the Bay Area. Bozo Net, K6MYC. I heard W6BQL. Go ahead.
Mike, I'm in here, W6PQL.
Yeah, you're good now. I heard you when I had the antenna down towards Santa Cruz, and this thing's pretty narrow, but I did hear you. Anyway, good evening to you. Hope things are well there. We had about 3/4 of an inch of rain here, which is the biggest rainfall we've had since the beginning of the year. I did go down, by the way, Frank, if you're listening, I went down after you left to look at the pond, and there wasn't one more or one less drop in the pond than there was a week ago.
Oh, roger that.
So no runoff yet.
No, I didn't expect it down there. You haven't had near what I've had, and I'm barely getting some runoff, and it's only off of my pad. There's no runoff anywhere else on the property, though. It's just, not enough to soak in yet and let that start happening. Over.
Yeah, we're still soaking in. That's clear. When I get up in the morning after 3/4 of an inch of rain and everything looks dry, I'm not expecting too much, but I had my fingers crossed I'd see something, but the puddle, the 10-foot long puddle is still down there, and that's it. All right. Anybody else in the Bay Area, please? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net.
K6MYC, K86, that's okay.
Big signal from you, Fred, and who was the other one?
KB60 and 900.
Okay. I got 900 also. KD6S, okay. Good evening, Fred. Good strong signal here. I may not be peaked on you, but it's close enough. Hopefully things are going well with you. Are they still beating you to death, or are they starting to ease off a little bit? Over.
They're still beating me to death. You wouldn't believe it. I got a text from my boss just a few minutes ago before the net started here, and he wants me to work on some things right now. And it's, what time is it now? It's almost 8 o'clock, and getting on 8 o'clock. And he said he wants me to work on some stuff right now. So this day doesn't end for me. We'll see how long this lasts.
You got to tell him you're in the shower and the ink is running. Over.
Yeah, I know. This is insane. But we're on a tight deadline with Audi in Germany, so I got to help out right now. So that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, good to hear you. You sound good, Mike. You always sound great, and good to hear about the 3/4 of an inch of rain. That's excellent. Even though it didn't look like it, I guess the earth absorbed all the water, all the parched earth absorbed all the moisture. So, whoops, something dropped over here. A radio. Okay, KD6. That's okay.
Yeah, when we were driving down in the lower part of Madeira today, there was puddles all over, so everybody got rain, but I didn't see any puddles on my property. We don't get puddles. We don't know what PUDDLE means even up here. They just don't happen. We have to make the PONDs if we're going to have something that holds water. Okay, Fred, take care. Don't work too hard. Try not to. And we'll see you Sunday, hopefully on the 2-meter net for a change. 86 SOK, K6MYC. Over to you, Oliver. Good evening. KB6BA, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Staying warm here. Trying not to turn up the heat too high, but busy with my radio project on the bench, trying to get ready for a microwave outing on January 21st when we go to the hilltops and try to talk to each other. Fair amount of work to do, but nothing project. K6MYC, KB6BA.
Yeah, okay. The microwave thing is, you said on the 21st. Is that during the week?
Sunday, 21st, second day of the ARRL January VHF contest.
Oh, second day of the contest. I'll be darned.
Weekend, except just for folks to remember.
Okay, second day of the contest, and this is going to be up at what, 10 to 40 gigahertz stuff?
Yeah, thereabouts. There's a handful of folks active in the Bay Area.
Okay. Well, at least maybe we can work you on these bands, the difficult bands. We are going to be on here Saturday night. We'll have our normal Saturday night get-together 7:30, 222, and then about 8 o'clock or 8:15, 432 here. And then we'll run 432 till we run it dry, and then we go over to do 1296, usually about 8:30 or quarter to 9. Hopefully we'll get you on 2 of the 3 bands anyway, Oliver. And we'd be very happy to have you pop in if you can do it on Saturday evening coming up here. KB6BA, thanks, K6MYC.
Okay, thanks for the heads up. I'll make a mental note of that. 73, KB6BA.
Roger, Roger. Anybody else in the Bay Area? KT2G, K6KLY, WB6JNN, anybody?
711. Whiskey India Sugar. Fans on the way north. Very, very weak tonight, Mike. WB6JNN.
Yeah, well, you're weak, Jim, but I'm probably not pointed just right for you. I got 3 check-ins here. Let me get to everybody. I did get WB6JNN. Let me get you written in here. WB6JNN 285. K6 Whiskey India Sugar 637. Now I forgot who the third one was. Damn it. Who was the other one?
K611.
Yeah, 711. And there was another one beside that. Good evening, John.
AXX.
Yeah, WA6AXX.
Frank, are you here?
Yes, I am.
I got a call. Just let me pick up. Oh, I left my phone in. I got to go get my phone, and it's in the kitchen.
Okay, let me roust out a pin here. I had one here earlier. Oh, there it is. Okay, is it WA6AXX?
That's right, WA6AXX, no traffic here. Thank you, BBS.
All right, very good. What's your Bozo number? Anybody else that's wanting to check in or trying to check in right now? Mike had to take a quick phone call, so I am just keeping the sea warm for a minute. Go ahead. Hey, are you back, Rob? K6MI, John, are you still here?
W6BBS, WA6AXX.
I'm back.
A6AXX, W6BBS, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe you can't copy, but just to make sure you guys know, KB6WFC is on frequency, and also WB6JNN. Go ahead, Frank.
Okay, I got both those call signs down, and yeah, Mike's not back yet, and I don't have near the ears he does yet. My temporary station is not bad, but got 11 element beam up there on 432 right now, and no preamps or anything like that, so I might hear some stuff in there in the background from those guys now and again, but I'm not hearing them, so appreciate you relaying that in. Over.
I got everything, Ed. I think I heard you, and I hear KB6 Whiskey. I haven't heard him yet, but I've got him logged in. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Take the transmission, Ed. Who else was there? Was there more than you and Mike?
Not that I heard. So why don't you give them a try? Let's see. Or I can turn it over to them. How about I turn it over to WB6JNN, WA6AXX?
I don't hear Jim at all. I heard him earlier.
Okay, yeah, he's not hearing you, and you're not hearing him. How about but he's here, he's on frequency. How about KB6WFC, WA6AXX? Yeah, Mike, did you hear, Mikey, did you hear Mike?
No, I'm not hearing him either, and I do have the preamp on, so I'm listening with all I got here, over.
Okay, well, they're both on frequency, checking in, so JNN and WFC, and then I'll be listening WA6AXX.
Alrighty, very good. I'm sorry, Jim, WB6JNN, I guess you're not even hearing me, or neither one of them hearing me. Is that what you said, Ed?
I don't think Jim is hearing you, and Mike, are you hearing Mikey? I'm not hearing Mike right now. So anyway, they're on frequency, checked in. Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay, we do have Paul in here. K6 Whiskey India Sugar. I heard you, Paul. So I may have moved the antenna a little bit. I can probably get more out of it. Give me some chatter, Paul. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, this is K6WIS. Thanks for calling me back. A weak signal tonight. You're only maybe about a 4x2 or 3x1. Thank you. But anyway, it's pretty cold up here. It's only about 35 Fahrenheit right now and dropping. Back to you, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're Q5. You're 5 and 2 or so. So I don't know why I would be so weak there. That's about 500 watts. I'm turned down a little bit. I've got some kind of a thing that's tripping the VSWR, but I don't seem to have any mismatch. I switched over to the reflected power, and there's nothing coming back. So I don't know what's making the amplifier unhappy tonight.
Yeah, well, you S3 on your whistle, so it's not bad. You're about a Q4 right now, Mike.
Yeah, I got it. Again, I'm running a preamp, but you may not be. Anyway, do you have any other check-ins there, Jim, over? Paul, over?
Nope, negative. I've just been pointed towards the radio and listening in to who I can. This is K6WIS, Placerville. That's you, Mike.
Okay, very good. And when we haven't heard anything from Fred either for now about 2.5, 3 weeks. Again, he comes and goes. He comes in. He's all in there every night, and then he just disappears for 2 and 3 weeks at a time. I don't know what's going on in Fred's life to make him so intermittent here. But anyway, I'm copying you fine, and thanks for checking in here. We missed you last night on 1296, but not 1296, I missed you on 2 meters. We had a real tough night on 1296 because everybody had problems. We think we fixed the problem on 1296. I should be back to normal next week. I had lost a fuse in my sequencer. And the sequencer also powers the preamp, but it also keys the amplifier. So I could not key the amp, and I had no ears. I had no preamp up at the antenna. So I couldn't hear, and I was only running 10 watts. But did work a few people, and we got about 19 check-ins. Were you there, over?
Yes, I was, and I'm looking at the log now. I did not copy you, so negative copy at my end with your 10 watts, over.
Yeah, well, I didn't even turn up that way. I didn't go that way at all because I knew I wouldn't get through to anybody, and there wasn't anybody else that had any power either. WA60IB was broken. Frank was broken. W6BBS was broken. So there was nobody with power, nobody with any kind of a signal that could get to you, Paul, over.
Right, Roger, yeah. So, Steve, W6SSW relayed my check-in, which is kind of him, over.
I'm sorry, you changed subject on me, and I didn't follow. What did you say?
Yeah, I couldn't check in with you directly, so my check-in was relayed by Steve, W6SSW.
Okay, well, I couldn't copy Steve either. Anyway, I'll look at. I've got the sheet right here in front of me from yesterday, so I'll log you in. No problem, Paul. Thank you. And for now, I'll say 70 trees, and I'll go on up and see if we can hear Martinez or anybody else in the Bay Area there. He's not copying me. He's doubling.
Yeah, I think it was WA6AXX who relayed my login on 1296 on Tuesday.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Anyway, Ed, I was copying, so I probably got you in the log. Either way, you'll be in there one way or the other, Paul. Thank you. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6 MYC, clear and listening for anybody else in the Bay Area, over.
Exact radio, Fox.
Okay, K6 CRF, I've got you. Let me go up your way a little bit more. That should be a little better. Is that better, Russ?
Oh, yeah, even 5759 all night. I have some good reception on just about everybody here. But my low power, I can't get out anywhere. Anyway, good evening, actually. It's 46 degrees here in Martinez. Nice, clear night, but it's cold out there.
Yeah. Well, it's cold everywhere.
Yeah, it's just kind of cold. It kind of gets into your bones, you know. We developed it. We're at that point now.
Yeah, well, now what's going on? Boy, this thing, did you turn my audio drive down, Aaron? I can barely see any movement of the watt meter, except when I whistle it up and it goes up to 600 watts. Otherwise, it's under 100 average, over.
You bumped the knob. Get over 9, good audio here in Martinez.
I didn't bump the knob. What knob?
There, now you're back on. You were off frequency.
No, I wasn't, because I didn't move.
I saw it on the screen.
Did not happen here.
Yeah, Mike, you were off frequency for a second. I fixed it.
Well, you fixed it. Okay.
But I have not messed with your audio.
Okay, well, it's just set down very low. Let me look here. Well, we won't worry about it. It's just I'm hardly seeing any meter movement on the watt meter. I look at it and I can't even tell I'm on the air. And I whistle it, it goes right on up. Now let me see if I can do this and drive a little higher.
Hey, Mike, I'm sitting here looking at you on the scope and listening to you, and it's working just fine. You've got full drive. Your whistles are not peaking any higher than your normal audio when you're talking.
Okay, maybe just watt meter.
Yeah, it's just how the watt meter's reacting. It may be the slug that we have in there right now or something like that. But on the scope and everything, like I say, your whistle gets you up to a certain peak, and you're peaking at the same spot on your voice peaks, over.
Okay, very good. Well, we can look at this tomorrow. Maybe I don't have a good slug in the VSWR because something's making the amp unhappy.
Yeah, you're solid 5.9, Mike. All points there.
Okay, thank you, Russ. Sorry for the interruption here. By the way, Frank, I do have I'm sitting on it. I couldn't figure out what this lump in the chair was. And I have the crimping tool for RG LMR 600 underneath my butt here, over.
Very good, very good. I'm glad to hear that. I may even want to use that a little bit. So, good deal.
Yeah.
To put it.
What was that, Aaron?
I just said that's a good place to put it, in case was why.
No, it's not under. It's up against the back of the chair. I shoved it, but when I first sat down in the chair, it's a real dark brown box, and it's the same color as my chair. So I sat on it, and what the hell is that? And then I remembered I'd put it on the chair, but because we had so many other things in the shack today, I just had it on the chair to keep the bench clear for the sequencers and all the other crap that we were doing here. All right, let's move on here. Russ, good to hear you. We'll see you Sunday night, of course. Try to stay warm.
7-3.
Thank you, Russ. K6ERF, K6MYC, going up to Oakley, N6RO. How about it?
And N6RO is here, 835. And it's
chilly, like everyone said. It's 39 degrees here in Oakley. You're not very strong, Mike, compared to the other guys down that way. Where are you pointed? N6RO.
What do you mean the other guys? Who is the other guy that's stronger than me?
Frank.
Okay, where are you pointed, Frank? Frank's choking on a hamburger. Anyway, I may not be right at you, but I'm hearing you fine. But there's nothing wrong here except I'm not running as much power as I normally do. I'm running about 600 and not 800 tonight, but that would be the only reason. Nothing wrong as much as I can tell. We're going to check it tomorrow. I don't have any VSWR, but I may have a VSWR, but I'm not seeing it on a meter. So we'll have to wait till Frank gets here tomorrow and do some troubleshooting.
Yeah, I'm pointed at 300 degrees, Mike. Sorry about that.
You're up now, Mike. Must have been just a momentary fade.
Well, I moved the antenna, too, as I came up to you, so maybe you just caught me when I was still pointed down at Russ there. Anyway, 39 degrees. I don't know what it is here. It's a little warmer than that here, but not much. Frank had a hard freeze last night. Hard ice. Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, and I was just going to pull that up and see what it looks like right now. But, yeah, it's 25 degrees out in fish camp right now, so I am probably sitting at about 30. I thought I was starting to see ice crystals on my trailer a little bit when I stepped out a minute ago, so it's cold.
Okay, there you go. So we're just cold, but it wasn't bad here today. I think I went. It was cold, but I didn't have anything more on than I normally wear, and I wasn't terribly uncomfortable. I didn't even do any work today, but I did jump in the ATV and drive down to see if I had any water in the pond, and nothing was there. But it was a cold drive. It was in the shade because the sun had already almost gone down. It was definitely down in that area. Sun was up when I got up on the hill again, but not by much. So anyway, good evening to you, and I'll give you the information one more time. You've probably heard it before. Saturday night in the contest, I'll be starting at 222 at about 7:30, running a half hour to 45 minutes there, and then we'll go to 432 for another half hour, 45 minutes. And then 1296, which will take us up past 9 o'clock probably. So there you go. And hopefully we can get you in there, and everybody can work cross to everybody else and pick up a few extra contacts. N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah, we're planning on being somewhat active in the VHF tests. I haven't polled the team yet. We're still taking contests week by week here. And there's a couple before we get to that weekend. Anyway, we'll see you on Sunday. Stay warm, N6RO.
Well, we'll try.
Well, you're real loud now.
Okay, well, it's just, I just didn't have the antenna on yet, I don't think. This thing is very sharp, as you know. Okay, up to you, Steve. It'll be a 6 sugar whiskey, K6MYC.
Yeah, W6SSW. Yeah, it's interesting when you're loud for Ken when it fades here a little bit. So it's a pretty sharp little fade back and forth, left and right. And you're up as high as S9 on the peaks for me. And so is Frank. But yeah, when Ken just said that you're up now, that you were down for me, that was really strange. So yeah, I tried to check in Paul on Tuesday night. I was trying to work you and Rob down there. I think Rob finally heard me, but by the time I was trying to relay Paul's call, you and Rob were talking. I couldn't get in between you with my weak station here. So yeah, I concur that Paul was here Tuesday night because I swung my antenna up his way and talked to him while you guys were working out your issues. W6SSW.
Yeah, and he said he thought either you or Ed had checked him in, and he may be on the list here, but I just added him again. So if he's on the list twice, it doesn't mean anything. So at least he's in there. So we got him. Thanks for that. you don't have any ice on your Delta, but I know it's cold there. See ya on Sunday. W6SSW, K6MYC.
Wow, that was a deep fade. That was down to almost S nothing. That was really interesting. No, it's a nice sunny day today. Quite mild. It's a little bit warmer than Ken over here on the water, 42 degrees. So, yeah, not bad.
Oh, up 3 degrees. What up? You got to get your flip-flops out, huh? Okay. Yeah, the band is going through its little unstable period, no question about it. All right, 7-3, we'll see you later. Thanks for the help last night with 1296. I could hear you, but I didn't have a preamp, as I told you. So it was pretty awful. Not last night, but on 1296. I normally would have heard you with the preamp. You would have been easy copy.
Yeah, I think we were kind of barely in there back and forth, but I was following you on the live feed, so that was interesting.
Well, even that was marginal because I think, Aaron was hearing me, and whether he heard me or not, it wouldn't make any difference on the live feed. But anyway, it was good to at least know that we could still sort of halfway survive with 10 watts. My receive line, I have about 6 dB of loss. If I do not have the preamp in there, it's just like putting a 6 dB pad in series with the antenna. At least. I've never measured it, but it's at least 6 dB of loss. So that's why I can't hear anything on 1296 when I don't have the preamp. When the preamp is in, of course, that loss is overcome by a 20 dB gain in the preamp, and then there's really good sensitivity. So that's why I wasn't hearing you. The preamp, if I had the radio at the short piece of feed line, I would have heard you fine too. But you just can't put 6 dB in front of the radio on a 10-watt signal and expect to hear much. Over.
Yeah, roger that. That's a little built-in attenuator for you.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, good evening, and we're going to go racing up here to Sacramento and see who's up, and then we'll try to get up to the guys in Nevada and try to make amends for not getting up there the last night or so. Last night I didn't get there because I ran everything out of power. Everything went dead on me here.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh well, 7-3. Have a good weekend.
See ya. Okay, let's see. Should be KJ6KFB if you're in there on 432. Darren, KJ6KFB or KO6KD, over.
Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756.
Yeah, good signal, good strong signal. Go ahead and take it.
Well, today is sounding better. No paint pause popping in my ears. It really sounds beautiful. How'd the day go? You catch a lot of check-ins today?
We're sitting at 22, 23 so far, so we're doing good.
Oh, that's not bad. Well, we do have another local that's vertical. Is it possible you can flip vertical here and see if we can catch him? He's angle-wise, he's probably closer to Phil. So once you get hooked up with him, hopefully we'll pull Steve in, who's a local out in this area. Copy?
I copy you, but give me a call sign. Oh, you just went into a deep fade. Something 6 Sierra Romeo Bravo.
USL.
Okay, what is the first letter? K6 SRB?
November
6, Sugar Radio Bravo. Okay, got it. I'm not sure this thing is working going vertical horizontal. I think that's been deemed non-functional for some reason. I forgot what we were doing there, Frank. Maybe we had a high VSWR or something on that other line. I don't know. Anyway, we'll try it.
Hey, Mike, who are you talking to, KM6SRR?
Talking to KJ6KFB.
Holler once. Thank you.
You'll have a better angle on them at that point. With that, Mike, carry on, KJ6KFB.
Okay, thank you, Darren. Let's see, KO6KD, are you there, Bill?
Yes, I'm here, Mike, and Steve is listening on vertical to see if you are going to give him a call. Are you going to be able to get the polarity to switch?
Well, give me some chatter and I'll throw it and see what happens.
Okay, hold on, going back to vertical.
Well, you got to give me some more chatter than that.
Back on horizontal.
No. I don't want you to be vertical. I want you to just give me some chatter, and I'll switch on to vertical for you now at this end. Over.
I don't understand what you wanted me to do.
Do you understand now?
No.
Just keep talking, and I'm going to switch here to see if your signal goes down. Over.
Got it. Okay. KO6KD testing. Number 776 is testing. Long call, and K6MYC is for the Bozos. KO6KD test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about that?
Yeah, fine. It's not working.
Okay. All right. Well, Steve, go ahead and say something. Could give Mike a call. Put your call sign out there, Steve. Let me see if Mike can even hear you at all. Anything?
No, not a peep.
Double. No,
I said no, not a peep.
Okay, all right. Well, he's definitely vertical. We're trying to get a horizontal for him, but okay. All right. Well, if you can just check me in 776. As soon as I went to check in last night, you disappeared, and the streaming online disappeared, and I don't know what happened. But at any rate, we were there till 9:30 this morning. They're about 9:15. Greg, Bob, and Phil, and myself, and so we were getting a little worried why you up and disappeared, and no word. So we're here tonight, which means everything's fine. So we'll get out of the way, and we'll talk to you later, as long as everything's okay.
Everything's okay. Two separate problems, unrelated, sort of. On Wednesday night, I just ran out and I'd forgotten to switch over to put PG&E on to keep the batteries charged up because we had no sun yesterday. So I just ran out of batteries. In the morning, I woke up and I didn't have any batteries. I didn't have any power. I didn't have anything. PG&E went off in the middle of the night, and the batteries ran out because I forgot to turn PG&E on early enough in the evening to get them charged up, so the batteries ran out of gas. They were close, and as soon as I got a little daylight here with a little sunlight popping through the haze and the clouds, I was starting to get, it would turn the whole house on for a few minutes, and it would run for a few minutes, and then run the battery dead again. And so I didn't get PG&E back till 10:30 or 10:15. So it's a combination of things, but this morning was mostly PG&E's problem. Over.
Oh, wow. Well, that sounds, well, a cornucopia of problems there. When it rains, it pours. As long as everything's okay and nothing blew up, that was what I was afraid of. In fact, Russ made a comment, KW6TK made a comment when I told him, I said, well, I keyed up and I said one word and you disappear, and he said, yeah, you got to be careful where you point that thing. So anyway, that was funny, but okay, as long as that's all it was. Very good. I'll let you move on with the net. I'm taking up a lot of time. 7-3 for now, and I'm glad. Good evening to everybody else out there within the sound of my voice. KO6KD.
Yeah, is KR6MR going to try here tonight?
Haven't heard from John. I have not heard him on the 2-meter chit-chat channel, so it may just be too cold for him, but give it a try, and I'll stand by.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure if he'd taken the other antennas down. I don't know if he's got the system up and running. He's still making cables, from what I understand.
That's correct. Yeah, nothing has come down yet.
Okay, well, we'll try. Anyway, in the meantime, you know what's going on. I should be okay in the morning. I'll try to go. As soon as I get done here, I'll go turn PG&E on, and as long as we have PG&E from 9 o'clock on till the morning, it should be good. Everything was almost good enough, but I made two mistakes, and it was compounded by the PG&E failure. Over.
Yeah, that's unusual that PG&E would drop off like that. But Bob will hopefully be there in the morning. They're packing to go to their Acapulco trip. They're going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon for 2 weeks. So he'll try to check in the morning.
Wind's probably got PG&E.
Yes, okay. What did you say, Frank?
I said we had that big wind that was fighting last night. That's probably what took something out with PG&E, a tree over the line or something.
And we had a high wind here just for a short duration, Bill. And that's probably what it was. It was a local something down. The wires were down, and we heard from PG&E, and they said the lines were down or something, and they had a work crew out to find out what the problem was, and they expected to have everything running again by about 10:30. And in fact, it was on by about 10:15 in the morning. By that time, we already had sunlight, and the system was running anyway. Over.
Oh, I understand. Very good. Okay. Well, that explains the whole situation, and fortunately, there was enough moisture on the ground that it didn't cause a wildland fire.
Yeah, well, I don't know exactly what the problem was, but it had to have something to do with the very high wind that we had here for a very short duration. It blew a whole bunch of stuff away at Frank's place, damaged some stuff, knocked his solar panels down, all kinds of stuff. And it knocked some dish panels that I had tied to the tower here. I had 4 panels. The top panel was tied to the tower, and the other 3 were underneath, and it lifted the front panel and blew the other 3 out of there. And it had to be pretty strong. It hasn't happened ever. The panels have been there for about 6 or 8 months and never budged, so it was pretty heavy wind for a few minutes. I don't see any other evidence in the yard, but it sure blew for a few minutes. Anyway, that was the deal. Okay, 7-3, Bill, and we should see you in the morning, barring further complications. Hi. KO6KD, K6MYC. Anybody else? Well, I'm pointed right here. QRZ to Bozo Net. Over. Okay, not hearing anybody. Let me bump a little bit more. KW6T, are you here?
Oh, absolutely. Good evening, Mike. KW6T, Bozo 410 in beautiful downtown Latrobe, California, with maybe 2 stop signs and 1 yield sign, and that's about it. Anyway, good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good signal, Russ. No trouble. KW6T, Latrobe. K6MYC, and the group. And good signal here on 432. We just can't figure out, well, we know, I guess, why we haven't got anything on 1296. Wish we had an antenna in your hands that we could get you on the air quickly with. Anyway, you're doing good here tonight. KW6T, K6MYC. And yeah, last night we just, I ran the system right down to nothing, and I didn't have PG&E turned on. They were functioning. PG&E had the grid up last night when I was talking here, but I let the batteries run down too far. Over.
Oh yeah, we were definitely kind of wondering what happened, and yeah, it was just all of a sudden you were here, and then all of a sudden you're gone. But anyway, yeah, there's a station out there trying to call you, Mike. I guess he probably can't hear you, can't hear me, but anyway, I think it's that station that was trying to contact you earlier with when he was chatting with Bill. So anyway, maybe he can try it again. But for now, I'll say 73 and have a great evening, and I'll go back to listening here. K6MYC and KW6T.
Oh, if you're hearing him, did you hear his call sign?
I didn't. I wasn't listening. He was just calling Mike, and I think it was that person that was you were talking to Bill, and I think he was trying to contact you.
I know, but was he strong enough for you to hear him?
Oh Oh, yeah, I can hear him up here, no problem.
Okay, well, then I'll call him again. It's N6SRB. N6 Sugar Radio Bravo. I think if you're in there trying again, call again, please. Call again. K6MYC. Over, over. I hear something. Are you hearing him, Russ?
Nothing now.
You want to call him?
What do you say, N6SRB? Was that the call sign?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, N6SRB, KW6T. How copy? Yeah, N6SRB is KW6T. Do you copy me? Oh, very good. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think Mike was trying to listen to see if he could hear you again. So, if he's not hearing you, when I am unkeying here, you might try calling him one more time. But yeah, I've got you about S1 here in Latrobe.
Ask him if he wants a Bozo number.
Talking to me or talking to Mike? No, this is Russ, KW6T in Latrobe. Yeah, but Mike wanted me to ask you if you...
Rob, are you in the shack?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. What's his call sign?
N6 Sierra Romeo Bravo.
Okay, yeah, okay, Mike, yeah, he would definitely like a Bozo number, and you got a call sign in. SRB, what is your name and location?
Okay, we've got 1118.
It was Steve. That's Sierra Tango Echo Victor Tango, STEVE, and he is in Citrus Heights, California.
Okay, we got it, Steve in Citrus Heights. And 1118. 1118.
Roger. Okay, Steve, your Bozo number is 1118. 1118. 1118. QSL? Roger.
Ask him how much power he's running. I know it's a vertical antenna. Is it up high or is it just a quarter wave, or what is it? What is an antenna and what's its height and power?
Okay, Steve, Mike needs to know what is your antenna type and your height and your power. Did you say 35 feet up?
You're past 8:30, Mike.
What does that mean?
I thought you had to be in Nevada by 8:30.
Oh, no.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, he's got a Diamond X300 antenna, 35 to 40 feet up. He's running 100 watts, and it's ICOM 9700.
Wow, I should hear him. He doesn't have 100 watts. He's only got 70 on this band.
Oh, that's correct. I made the same mistake the other night. Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, he wouldn't have 100 watts on 432. So, yeah, 70 or 75, I can't remember. But anyway, oh yeah, thanks for the clarification there.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, we'll welcome him to the group, and he's in, and we'll wait for him to get horizontal. And there may be a point in time where we can hear him. I should be able to go vertical. The antennas are up there that have vertical elements, but I forgot why we haven't got vertical coming to the shack here, over.
Roger. Okay, well, very good. Okay, well, Steve, Mike welcomes you, and I welcome you, and we all welcome you to the Bozo Net. We're gloriously anticipating when you get some horizontal antenna or antennas up.
Let them know about the live stream.
Make contact. And certainly you should be able to contact Mike, no problem at all with horizontal.
Okay, Russ, I'm going to go to Nevada.
Yeah, okay, Mike, 73, KW16.
Okay, anybody else before we go to Nevada? K6MYC, Bozo Net.
Hey, Aaron said tell him about the live stream, Mike.
Russ, would you pass on, you can do this while I'm listening to Nevada, because I won't hear you. Pass on about the live stream and how to get on it. You probably know, right? Russ?
Russ is talking right now. He must have turned his antenna.
Sure did.
Okay, well, we can give him the live stream information next time.
Yeah, no worries. I just figured it'd be good to tell the new people, K6USY.
Okay, let's try for KB6, what the hell's Richard's call? KD6BQ, 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 and or N7 Whiskey Tango, whoever hears us, K6MYC, calling and listening.
About 272 KE7UQL.
We'll take you, but you've been missing the last couple of times, so I wasn't sure if you were going to be there. Good evening, Daniel. Good signal, over.
Roger, thank you. Yes, the weather has not been permitting for me. We've got a foot of snow up here, over.
Yeah, I figured it was a weather-related thing. Anyway, great to hear you, over.
Okay, thank you much. We're listening on the live stream, and I've been following you all night. Over.
Okay, well then you probably know what happened on 1296, and you probably know what happened last night on 2 meters. We had a dropout, and I dropped out just before I got to you guys, and by the time I would have gone out and turned the power back on and got everything running again, it was a waste of time, so I just gave up on it. So if you guys were there last night, I can check you in, over.
Negative, I was not. The radio was not on last night. Too much snow, over.
Yep, QSL.
I was talking to Richard last night, Mike, KM6SRR.
Yeah, well, I had Richard in anyway from earlier last night. And he called in on CW as well, but I had him because he had worked he worked Dennis earlier.
Roger, I asked him if anybody else was in there, and he said Larry wasn't, and that was it, I guess.
Yeah, and Daniel said he wasn't there either, too much snow. Let's see if he's there tonight. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, KD6BQ, K6MYC, calling and listening. I'm not hearing anybody, Daniel. KE7UQL, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7 Whiskey Tango, KD6BQ, KD6 Bravo, Quebec. With your smashing 5 watts, K6MYC, calling and listening. KD6BQ, KD6BQ, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, calling and listening. having some nasty weather up there. Not hearing them. So we're about ready to pull the cork on the net here. I think we did pretty good. I got 24, 25 check-ins, not bad. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, Gardnerville, KD6BQ, KD6 Bravo, Quebec, Wassa Valley. K6MYC calling and standing by. Last call, last call. Okay, 7-3 Daniel, I hear you, so I'm just not hearing anybody else, but you're way down at the moment. But Q5, way down, but Q5, I could probably bring you up a little bit by going over your direction a little bit. That should be a little better. KE7UQL, 7-3. 7-3, we'll see you Sunday night. We'll see you Sunday night. K6MYC.
This is KE7UQL, 7-3.
7-3, Daniel. One more call, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, KD6PQ, K6MYC, calling and listening. Okay, nothing heard. 7-3 all, we'll close the net. Aaron, any comments from you before we close her down? Okay, not hearing Aaron. How about you, Rob?
Oh, no comments. I've been up, down, taking care of the cats in the fire, over.
Okay, well, I'm getting cold here in the shack, and I've got to go get the fire going. It is going to be cold tonight. I got a draft coming from somewhere. I don't know where this is coming from, unless the fan is coming on in the heater. Oh, I know where it's coming from. It's coming from the amplifier. It's blowing right at me out of the amplifier. That's where it's coming from. Yeah, somewhere out of there. Yeah.
That should be warm air coming from the amplifier.
Well, it ain't warm, I'll tell you.
You know, it's funny because I was just about to tell you, I think you're getting hit by your own amp because you seem to mention it every time I can hear the blower running. And so there's that. And I was going to say something else, and I done forgot what it was, so I guess I will just say good night, Mike, and everybody else. W6BBS.
Yeah, we're all loony. We're all tired. I'm not tired. I had a little nap. I'm fine, but I am hungry when I go in to get something to eat here.
I just remembered what it was. Yeah, I'm sitting back here, and I've got my little propane heater, tent heater sitting here in front of me, and so it's just finally really kind of starting to warm up enough in here to be kind of comfortable with my coat on still. And I'm sitting back in my chair, and I'm just about almost half asleep. I'm not really falling asleep, but I'm just so comfortable that I could. And then you close the net, and I'm sitting there thinking, Mike, if you talk 5 more minutes, I'll be asleep.
Well, I could probably arrange that. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction.
Put me to sleep tomorrow, boss. Have a good night. We'll see you in the morning. W6BBS.
Okay, very good. 7-3, Frank. Over to you, Rob, for final.
Okay, let's see. You're going to be eating dinner after the meeting tomorrow night like we normally do?
Yeah, that's the plan. I know Dave, WA6LOL, wants to join us.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That'd be great. So I don't know. I guess I'll come by your place somewhere around maybe 5 o'clock or something. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, well, we'll see you then. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
7-3, Rob. Anybody else for comments before we close? K6MYC.
Yeah, you're
well, we didn't run out of power tonight.
WB6JMC.
Okay, hang on, everybody. Copy you fine now, Dane. What did you say?
I said you're sounding much better.
Oh, well, I'm pointed at you now.
That'll help. 73s, have a good night.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Dane. 7-3. Who else was in there?
Yeah, I was just saying we didn't run out of power tonight.
Oh, no, and that reminds me, I got to go turn the PG on right now. I'll do that right now before I go get something to eat.
Yep, you're at 64%. So we did pretty good tonight, and yeah, your usage is a lot lower than it has been the last couple nights. You're pulling 1,500 right now, whereas the last couple nights you'd be at like 3,000 or 4,000.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was partly the heaters. Neither heater is on at the moment, so we're not even using the heaters when we should be. And I'm going to have Matt turn the heaters back on the back end of the house. But I'll get PG&E going here. Thank you, Aaron. Good to hear you. Thanks for the help here with the live streaming tonight and all the updates on my battery condition. Hi.
No worries, and we'll see you tomorrow night at the meeting. K6USY, DMO6.
Looking forward to it. Good night all. K6MYC, Delta Mike 07. We'll be clear.
And good night to everybody listening on YouTube. I will be dropping the stream here in a couple seconds. K6USY.